Hello, I am the narrator, and before this episode begins, Maddie and Amethyst will be talking about a creature from far, far away that's made quite the name for himself. Without further ado, let the show begin.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Maddie, and today we're going to be talking about Jabba the Hutt.
What is it? And did it come from a movie or a video game?
Now, Jabba the Hutt is a character from Star Wars, the franchise, specifically more focused in the movie Star Wars Return of the Jedi. So, one of the older, technically original movies. And Jabba the Hutt, his full name is that it's clearly an alien name, so I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm not sure if anyone else does. He also goes by the bloated one behind his back, so Now, Jabba the Hutt was like one of the best crime lords, and the whole galaxy kind of a thing, but he wasn't always a lord.
Jabba had started as a small crime lord, but quickly spread his infections into a variety of illegal activities, including spice smuggling, gun running, slavery, and sometimes outright piracy. Jabba the Hutt was an excellent creature for deceiving others, as well as manipulating the weak.
Jabba the Hutt now sits at the top of his throne in Tatooine, kind of like the desert planet. What else was I going to say? Where the government even pays him, It's normally the other way around. Jabba the Hutt was born on a planet called Hutta, where he also killed the leader and started his gun running. Along the way, Jabba the Hutt made friends with the Black Sun Gang and kind of built up his empire as well. Now, kind of a side note, Jabba the Hutt has a lot of backstory. Mainly due to comic books that was made for Star Wars. So I won't really be going into detail. But you can read a lot about it from the links in the description. Yeah. Okay, so the movie Star Wars The Return of the Jedi. Their first task, the main characters, the group of good guys, had to save Solo from Jabba the Hutt's palace. Once they were able to do that, they had, the main character had to go back to his master to complete his training, only to find out that he did, and the master's now laying down for rest. The new task was to take down the bad guys, as well as the main leader. Yeah. And the first step of doing that, of course, what can you guess? Taking away their weapons, of course. With more of the side plot, the main characters had to sneak up onto a planet in order to kind of access a point in order to turn off the shields for the Death Star in order to blow it up. And of course, for this to work, the main character had to break off and face the main boss himself.
The interview. How close is it related to the inspiration?
Hello, Maddie here with the interview, and I'm here with a very unique individual. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I remember this part of the video. Yeah, I watch your videos, and whenever you ask me what I do for a living, I say something cool, and then you're all like, what do you know about Jabba the Hutt? And then I'm all like, Jabba was made with the intention of having what seemed like a difficult, yet smart side quest kind of a thing. Jabba was introduced early in the movie, you know, when two of the main characters needed to send a message to him. The movie then shows more of the Jabba having a full show, you know, all high and mighty kind of a thing. It's pretty cool. Jabba has also shown that he had like illegal bounties on certain people that owed him a lot of money or just wronged him. More characters came into Jabba's palace, where Jabba had been one step ahead of them and was just trapping them all. You know, he tried to rescue a Jedi mind trick. Not working on him, of course. As well as, lastly, taking all of the characters to be eaten alive for like 100 million years. Unfortunately, that did not go to plan. He had become a little cocky, and he died because of it.
Wait, we're still in the process of making the video.
I know! And then you say your famous catchphrase, this is Maddie with the interview, back to the main show.
Now, we come up with a little bit of a problem. You see, Jabba the Hutt wasn't really inspired by anything. Maybe to say that a slug, period, question mark, but that's just, there's so much more we could do with that. So, with doing a little bit of research, we found someone that kind of relates more to his personality as well as background. Al Capone, who was a serious crime lord. Okay, we have a bit of another problem now.
Well, what could that be?
Well, in order to do the other half of the research for Jabba the Hutt, I made a new topic, but now I don't know who's most qualified to teach it.
Well, what's the new topic? Maybe I can help.
The topic's called Heroes. Basically, it's for famous people that has done something remarkable in their life, whether if that's good or bad. And now, I'm not talking about like movie people or singers. I'm talking about like people who are like war heroes, you know, that made sacrifices.
That's perfect for me.
How so?
Well, I'm a bit of a history buff. You could probably tell because of all the old guys I know, the classics.
Well, go for it.
Oh, also, kind of a side note, how'd your interview go?
Good? I don't know. I think he's a time traveler. Not 100% sure. Howdy, y'all. Today we're going to be talking about Al Capone. Alphonsus Capone is his full name, but he also has a nickname called Scarface. You've probably heard of it before. He got that nickname because it's quite a little bit of an interesting story. So sit down. You know, he was talking with some of his gang members, and he made some kind of rude and comment of that guy's sister. Guy came at him with a razor and just sliced his face. That night, Scarface came to that gang member, killed him, stole his winnings, and got away with it. How neat is that? Now, Al Capone is a bit of a bad guy because, well, he's a crime lord. You know, those aren't very good people. Ever since Al Capone was 14 years old, he was kind of in a gang, and he lived in New York for most of his time. Al and his family were immigrants from Nepal, and in 1920, Al moved up to Chicago. Whenever he was still kind of a kid, he lived kind of like a double life. He, by day, had many different forms of jobs, whether if that was like a librarian, a plant laborer, a candy store. He worked at a candy store, as well as just being a pin boy in a bowling alley. Some of you guys might not understand what that job is because it's kind of extinct now. Al also had a bit of a tough childhood. He had like 9 siblings and was kicked out of school in 6th grade.
Let's see what we got here. He attended school until the 6th grade, whence he dropped out at the age of 14 after striking a teacher. What can I say? The man's aggression got the better of him. But this criminal only used that opportunity to his advantage.
Al Capone was born in 1899. Al Capone's crime lord business was kind of cut short due to some diseases he caught. Due to his paralysis from syphilis, which he had to have brain surgery, which made him feel like he was a 12-year-old boy, and that just, there was no way he could continue doing crime. So he had to retire, and in 1947 he died of stroke. You see, it took a bit of time for him to actually have full control of a gang, and it wasn't until 1925 is whenever he had full control.
Capone had built a fearsome reputation in the ruthless gang reveals of this period. I'm gonna say he became the best.
But what comes up must come down. Al Capone was arrested multiple times. He got caught. First was carrying deadly weapons. The second was tax evasion, classic, as well as found guilty of an investigation of warfare on his gang. Then, yeah, but one of his most famous days was on February 14th, 1929.
The most murderous of the bloodletting is the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, in which 7 members of the Bugs Morans gang were machine-gunned in a garage on Chicago's North Side.
Hello. Editing Maddie here. I have once again forgot to do the intro, so I'm adding the intro now. And I've got serious glare. So, if you are fascinated by Jabba the Hutt or Al Capone, there are links in the description that go more into detail about all of the information we found about it. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and have a nice day. Good night!
I'm struggling to remember my lines. You guys have probably never felt that. Except maybe, I don't know, presentations for school. Wake up! Wake up! You lollygagging. Oh, wait. You're welcome. Oh, they're so much fun. Okay. I'm done with camera 1. You can guess what day that is. Valentine's, baby. Yeah. Okay, cool. It's time to reverse. I got a weird voice going on. I don't know why. I don't know why I've decided to do that voice with that accent, but it might stay, it might change again. Now, I'll propose. What? Why did I put a P in there? And that is that. I have nothing more to say. Nothing less to say. Enjoy your crime life. This is the end of the video. End of the video. End of the video. Pew pew. End of the video. End of the video. This is the end of the video. Pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew. End of the video. End of the video. End of the video. Oh oh.